Welcome to the NMHS Seeding and Selection Show for the Fuddruckers State Soccer Championships. This is where we release the brackets and announce the postseason matchups. I know we have a lot of teams out there watching. The Centennial Lady Hawks are together watching this show. I wonder where they will end up. Well, we're about to find out. The Albuquerque Academy girls team is watching as we speak. What seed did the defending state champs get? Well, stick around. The Grants Lady Pirates are out there. So are the Hatch Valley Bears. Let me hear you, ladies. Excited to see where you end up, right? Well, on the boys' side, St. Pius has a get-together to find out where they landed, and so does their rival Los Lunas. I wonder if those two will meet up again this postseason. We're about to answer all those questions. For those who already downloaded the NMHS 24/7 app, you already know who earned the #1 seeds. We released them earlier today before the show. If you don't have the app yet, download it now. We'll wait. Okay, I'm not going to make you wait. It's free. Go to the App Store or Google Play, search NMHS 24/7 and download. I know you're probably holding the cell phone in your hand right now. While you are downloading the app, let's review the seeding and selection process. You may have seen the instructional video about the seeding process and how it works. If you missed it, let me give you a crash course. The following criteria is used to determine a team's seed. We look at finish in regular season district play, head-to-head matchups, wins against district championship teams regardless of class, overall record, max preps rankings, and member school input. That's the coach's input and ranking. There is no input given by the NMHS. Let me repeat that. No input given by the NMHS. It's all data driven. There is no bias for or against any school or team. So there should be no confusion on how your school received the seeding they did. The process is spelled out with the criteria points voted on by the member schools. We all good with the seeding process? Got it? Good. Let's get to it. Ladies first, we will start with Class A through 3A. The top team is the defending state champs from Sandia Prep. In fact, they've won the last 3 state titles. They are going for 4 in a row. They're 19-1 this year. Their only defeat was a 2-1 loss to Hope earlier in the season. Since then, they've run off 15 straight wins. They've only given up 4 goals during that span. Unbelievable. One word to describe Sandia Prep, I'd go with experienced. They have 8 seniors on this squad. Their goalie is a 5-time All-State player, Sam Jeffries. Their starting center back is Jackie Rodriguez. She's the reigning All-State Player of the Year. And then their comeback Player of the Year, following 2 ACL surgeries. She's their leading goal scorer, Issa Gilbert. Sandia Prep is one of those programs where the expectations are high because of their tradition.
I just think that it really is, when it comes to October, November, it's this expectation that, nerves don't necessarily get to us. It's one of those things that we've been there before. We've seen this for the past 4 years. We're going for our 4th in a row, and it's something that I think these girls really gravitate towards as compared to shying away from it. They love, competitions in practice. They love pressure games. They love being the ones that push each other, both on and off the field. So I think it's something that we're really looking forward to.
Sandia Prep gets a bye. So do the top 4 seeds, and they are Socorro, St. Michael's, and Bosque. Socorro has only given up 3 goals this entire month. St. Michael's lost in the title game last year. They're trying to get back there again. The Bosque girls won it all in 2008. Those are your top 4 teams in girls Class A through 3A. Now let's take a look at the bracket. East Mountain checks in with the 5 seed. They will host Santa Fe Indian School in the opening round. Robertson will take on Navajo Prep. Academy for Technology in the Classics will face Rehoboth Christian this coming week, with the winner taking on Socorro. And back up at the top of the bracket, the 8-9 matchup is Hatch Valley and Santa Fe Prep. We had the chance earlier this year to meet up with the Hatch Valley girls who are trying to make school history.
Hatch, New Mexico is known for its hot chili, and recently their girls soccer program is starting to heat up.
We've been improving every year. Every year just keeps getting better.
Hatch Valley has never won a girls' state soccer championship. In fact, they've never even reached the title game. But now, they have one of the best records in the state.
I'm feeling it, yes. I feel like it's the year. I hope so.
This group is fairly young. They only have 3 seniors on the roster. They hope to build something for the players behind them.
I think a lot of it is just passing down your knowledge to the younger people, because after this year, it's their team. Like, this is our last chapter, but they still have their whole story to build.
I try to encourage them during the games, telling them to keep it on, so they won't get tired.
They've qualified for state each of the past 3 years under head coach Arturo Bustillos.
Girls say I yell a lot. I'm not sure. I don't yell because I'm mad. I just get excited in the game. There you go. Give it to her. Now she's got to give it back. There. Take it, Alana. Send it.
It's good yelling though. He encourages us during the games and everything. Yeah.
So what would it mean to finally win that blue trophy?
It means a lot. It's just making history. Every year we try to keep improving, one step at a time, making history, something new.
It would be the best, honestly. We've been trying to get there ever since my 8th grade year. I think that was our first time going to state, and we've just been trying to get there.
These Hatch girls hope their game is as hot as their well-known hometown product when November rolls around.
One bracket down and, yeah, that's right, 5 more to go. Let's keep moving. On to girls Class 4A. If you have the NMAA 24/7 app, you already know the top seed went to the St. Pius Sartans. They are pretty good, 13-5 this year. In those wins, they're averaging 5 goals a game. They also have 11 shutouts so far this season. This team had the hardest strength of schedule in Class 4A. Emma Donlin leads this squad in goals and assists. The Sartans won it all in 2013, 14, and 15. Here's a look at the top 4 teams in girls Class 4A. Talking with the coaches, they felt these 4 teams were really strong this year. St. Pius, Hope Christian, Academy, and Aztec all get first-round byes. Aztec is really building something with 13 juniors on their roster. Albuquerque Academy is the defending state champ. They don't have that dangerous scoring machine like Eliza Mariner, so they've been a little more creative on the ways they create chances. Willa Weiss stepped up to play forward, where she hasn't played that much in the previous years, and she has 20-plus goals on the season. Freshman Anna Babinski has scored quite a few for this team as well. Academy's won 3 in a row, but they don't look back on what they've done in the past.
You know, we try to take every year kind of fresh. You know, it's a new start. It's a new opportunity to go into state. And we don't really look too much back in the past because it is a different group and we have a different mentality and players and formations. And so it's kind of nice to just go into it thinking this is the first time, right? So they know that there's a tradition, and we've obviously done well the past few years, and they want to get back to that semi or final, and but they know they got to really work for it and earn it because we still have that target on our back as defending champs.
Hope lost in the title game last year, but they are back for more. They only have 3 losses, and they're to Sandia Prep, Academy, and top seed St. Pius. Goalkeeper Taylor Bentley has only given up 2 goals in the last 8 matches. They have one of the top midfielders in the state when it comes to assists. Her name is Mia Martinez. Their top goal scorer is Addie Anaya. They're both juniors, by the way. So what's it going to take to get their hands on the blue trophy?
All the things that we've been working on have better come together on that day. And so, you know, I want it for these girls. This is a special team. I mean, my daughter plays for El Dorado. And so, but I wanted to coach them this year because I knew the girls that were coming back and I wanted to be a part of that. And so I want it for them bad. And so I'm hoping that it just all comes together. I mean, I think we're deserving. I think we have the talent, the skill, and the personnel to get it done. So hopefully on that day it all comes together.
Let's take a look at the rest of the field. Go ahead, take a picture. I know you want to. Silver, we'll see Taos in the opening round. Los Alamos gets Goddard this week. Grants and Artesia will square off, and Lovington will travel to Los Lunas with the winner getting Hope. On to 5A girls. There are some pretty strong programs at the top of this mountain. Volcano Vista is the one on the peak. The Hawks earned the #1 seed. They're district champs with a 16-2 record and haven't lost since the second week of September. They are deep. 6 seniors and 5 of them committed to play at college programs next year. Volcano Vista went to the final 3 years in a row in 2010, 11, and 12. But they haven't been back since. Maybe this is the year for Samantha Lucero and the Hawks. They'll have some tough competition here. The other teams who will get some first-round rest. They all get byes. Cibola, La Cueva, and Albuquerque High. Cibola has a new head coach this season that the players are really happy with. Albuquerque High and head coach Natasha Lee, they are 15-2-1. Former Lobo men's soccer coach Jeremy Fishbine's helping out that squad this season. And, of course, there's La Cueva. This program has won 14 state titles, 8 of them under head coach Amber Ashcraft. The Bears have played in the title game each of the last 3 years. The Bears lost in an overtime shootout to Sandia in last year's state final, and don't think they've forgotten about that one.
Yeah, we look back on it. It's kind of been like a motivating factor for us, and it is every year. It's always kind of a motivating factor here. You know, we have a lot of championships, and we always want to bring that championship home to Cuevas. So it's one of those things that we do talk about quite often.
Let's take a look at the rest of the bracket. Mayfield and Cleveland will meet this week in the opening round. Hobbs, you are in the field against rival Carlsbad. Centennial is a 6 seed. Ladies, I know you're watching. And you will host Clovis, El Dorado, and Sandia. Round out the bracket with the 7-10 matchup. Now, let's switch gears to the boys. We will start in Class A through 3A, and I can summon the top seed with a snap of my finger. The Bosque Bobcats are number 1. Bosque earned a first-round bye with their impressive 15-1-3 record. Their only blemish was a loss to Los Lunas earlier this year. With 5 seniors on the roster, this squad has a good mix of experience and youth. Bosque last won it all in 2015. Here are the top 4 teams in their class: New Mexico Military Institute, Sandia Prep, and Monte del Sol. Welcome to the party to the 4 of you. Don't sleep on NIMI. They are 17-1-1. And the same goes for Monte del Sol. They are riding a 12-match win streak and haven't given up a goal in their last 11. Head coach Tommy Smith is in his 22nd season with Sandia Prep. The Sun Devils won it all last season. They have 5 freshmen and 5 sophomores to go along with 6 seniors. It's a different year, but the same expectations.
Oh yeah, the expectations, they don't change. Every year we, with a new group that comes in, the goal is still to win, the state title, qualify for the state title and then make a run, hopefully give yourself a chance to play in the final game. And, a lot of the young guys that we have a pretty good pedigree coming in. They've all played at a high level of club soccer. So they're used to playing at a pretty competitive level.
Here's the bracket for boys Class A through 3A. St. Michael's and Santa Fe Prep will have an inter-city battle this week. Hatch Valley will host Rehoboth Christian. Sandia Prep will get the winner of the Socorro East Mountain matchup, and Tierra Encantada is the 7 seed and will face Robertson. A lot of people don't know much about Tierra Encantada, where it's located and what's their mascot. An alacran? Well, you're about to find out.
Tierra Encantada is one of the top boys soccer teams in the state this year, but many people don't know who they are or where they're located.
We're a dual preparatory college preparatory school, dual language.
The Santa Fe school only has about 300 students. Their mascot is the alacran. Now I know you're asking, what's an alacran? The players get asked that a lot.
Yeah, we do. A lot. They're like, what's text? I was like, then we had to spell it out for them. We're like, Tierra Encantada Charter School. But then we're like, but it's like symbolizes our mascot, alacran.
The alacrans are planting their flag on the soccer map. You'd be hard-pressed to find a program that's come so far in such a short time.
Last years we didn't have we had flat balls that we used to play with, and we didn't have a field.
When I first started, we'd have one ball that would go flat after 2 hours of playing, and just progression. We'd be on a small pavement.
We were always used to losing. It was just like losing. And the years passed, and we're just winning.
They've only been a varsity program for 4 years. Their first year, they missed state. The following year, they lost in the first round. And last year, they advanced to the semifinals.
We saw a bunch of seniors that played a big part of it leave, and then it seemed like we didn't miss a beat. These seniors and juniors really took leadership. A lot of the kids who made that run, who played against Sandia Prep, were like, I want more, and we want more. So, as much as we wish we could have beat Sandia Prep, we learned a big lesson last year, and we're really excited to be able to progress from that.
Their success translates into more kids coming out for the program.
Last year, they made it to semifinals, and I thought they were pretty good. So I said, let's just give it a chance, and now we're doing good.
We see ourselves in the top teams of New Mexico.
It's been a long road. It's been a lot of ups and downs and defeats, really bad defeats, heartbreaking ones, we'll just say. But there's been a lot of victories. Seeing a lot of my seniors graduating, that's one of my proudest things to see.
Coach would love to see his team take the next step and advance to the state final. The Tierra Encantada Alacrans. Now you know who they are, and the rest of the soccer world is also beginning to take notice.
Only 2 more brackets to go. Can you feel the excitement building? Now let's move on to Class 4A. The top honor this year goes to Albuquerque Academy. The Chargers are the defending state champs. They've played in the final each of the last 6 years. They're 17-3 on the year, 13 shutouts. They've only given up 2 goals or more twice this season. Academy put together another solid year. So did these teams. Here are the top 4 seeds in boys Class 4A: Los Alamos, St. Pius, and Los Lunas. The Hilltoppers are 15-5. St. Pius won their district, and they hope to bounce back from last year's exit from the bracket at the hands of Los Lunas. In fact, the Tigers are hoping to flash back to the 80s and accomplish something they haven't done since Return of the Jedi was released.
The Los Lunas Tigers are tearing through the competition.
We're trying to put a new record on this, leave history here.
The Tigers are one of the top teams in the state. They seem to do it all. They find the net, and they're tough to score on. They've only given up more than 2 goals in a match twice this season.
I feel like what's doing well right now is our communication on and off the field. We have a great bond with each other.
I think we have a balanced team. Each of us work together to build something that we could run off of in the game.
Last year, Los Lunas entered the state tournament as a 9 seed, and they pulled off a quarterfinal upset over number 1 St. Pius. Their coach says that victory was a turning point for the program.
I think every program has a turning point where they do something, recognizably, that catches the eye of others and is at the same time a self-confidence booster in a sense. So that was when we turned the corner.
They haven't won a state title since 1983, but this could be the year they get back to the championship match.
We want to win. We're here to win, and we want to bring it back for the village of Los Lunas.
We'll find out next month if 1983 repeats itself in 2019.
Let's look at the boys 4A bracket. Lovington and Kirtland Central will fight it out for the right to face Academy. Los Lunas will await the winner of Chaparral and Highland. Taos has Alex Wagoner, one of the top players in Class 4A, with 101 points. Taos will take on Valley. Hope and Santa Teresa will square off in the opening round this week. Last but not least, let's check out boys Class 5A. No surprise, the top team is Albuquerque High. The Bulldogs have yet to lose this season. They won it all 2 years ago. In fact, they won it all in 2015 and 2017. So odd-numbered years could be even better for Albuquerque High.
Perfection. It doesn't come often. In fact, the last time a boys soccer team ran the table was Sandia Prep in 2005. The top-ranked Albuquerque High boys soccer team has a chance to accomplish the same this year.
Smaller, athletic, but also really technical, smart players. And I think more than anything, this group understands how we want to play probably better than any group we've had.
Our style is probably more keeping the ball, and when we have our chances to go, we like to get numbers up. So that's either sending our outside backs to go or getting our forwards in, making them turn, and then, trying to go on a face-on one-on-one or, try to get numbers up and counter an attack like that.
The Bulldogs are unbeaten, but they don't talk about finishing with a perfect record and winning another state title.
We don't really talk about it too much. We just kind of focus on the next game. And
we hear it, but when we come as a whole, we know our focus is game by game. We don't look at the future, we just focus on the next game.
A characteristic we have about this team is that we really don't get caught up in thinking about things like that. And I know that can be kind of a cliche, but really this group, every session we've got a purpose, every game we've got a purpose, and it never feels like with this group we're ever thinking of anything other than that session or that game.
The Bulldogs have played in the championship match 4 of the past 5 years. One reason for their consistency might be geography.
I think Albuquerque is the best place to play soccer in the state, period, because we pool players from the UNM neighborhoods, from Martineztown, from South Broadway, from the neighborhoods by the stadium. We've got this kind of clash of worlds and cultures that come here, and they bring that background to the field. And for me, it makes for the perfect combination of players specifically in this game of soccer.
We come from different parts. That means we play different at those parts. So when those different parts come together, then it's just something for the other teams to read. So like when they try to mark us or try to pressure us, they don't know how because we play different.
Albuquerque High won a state title in 2015 and 2017. This is another odd-numbered year. Is 2019 the season they lift the blue trophy again?
That year in 2015, 2017, when we won that state, it's just that feeling that you have, and we have that feeling this year.
Dogs on three, dogs on three! 1, 2, 3, dogs!
Who else will join Albuquerque High for a first-round bye? Mayfield is the 2 seed. They were state runner-up last season. Trisco Heritage is having a fantastic season. They are 16-1-1 and haven't lost since the second match of the season. Defending state champ Cleveland is the 4 seed. Let's break down the bracket. I know you've been waiting a while. Here it is. Again, all the seeding today is data-driven, based on the criteria voted on by the member schools. La Cueva and Las Cruces will play the 8-9 matchup. That winner gets the Bulldogs. Gadsden is a 5 seed and will face Oñate in the opening round. Hobbs is 6 and will host Volcano Vista. Rio Rancho and El Dorado round out the bracket. So there you have it. 3 classes for the girls, 3 for the boys. The brackets are official. Don't forget, as we approach the state championships, the title games can be seen on the NFHS network. So get a subscription and log on so you can watch the championship games. That's going to do it for this seeding and selection show for the Fuddruckers State Soccer Championships. Good luck to all the teams in the field. Thanks for watching, and remember to compete with class. We'll see you out on the pitch.